Hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you? So, while I was asleep last night, Chantal decided to post another video where she showed herself going out with Salah and having a date night out. And you might be asking, what did Chantal do on her big date night? Did she go anywhere? Did she do anything exciting besides eat food? Spoiler, no. No, that's all she did during this date night. She ate. She could have chosen anything else. She could have done any number of activities because, as you all know, when she's at home, all she does is eat. She sits home and she eats. But yet, you would think on a date night, that's her opportunity to do something different. Not Chantal. Salah took her out to an area of town where there were tons and tons of restaurants that got her really excited. And they went to a place late at night that was empty. And that's all she did was feast. But I've got so many thoughts and I want to share them with all of you. And I invite your thoughts as well. So we're just going to pull up the video and react to it. Let me go ahead and just share the screen. And you guys can see and hear what I see and hear. So there's Chantal. And I got past the intro portion of it. There she is in the car. Like she rarely goes out. She rarely does anything. This is her moment to go out and just take a break from eating. Take a break from the usual. Spend time with the husband. Do something different. Do something exciting. Reset her brain by, getting out of the norm. No, Foodie doesn't want to do that. She wants to stick to the same old, same old. They're in the area town with all the restaurants, and she wants to go to one and just have herself a little feast, and that's exactly what she does. So let's just sit in and I will give my thoughts.
Welcome back to another video. So today we're doing something a bit different. Salah has taken me to this, it's like a whole district of restaurants. There's cafes, there's restaurants, there's also like phone shops and barber shops, but the majority of this whole entire district is just restaurants and cafes.
So how is that different? What is the difference? Is the difference that you're not ordering takeout and having it brought home? Nobody's bringing you your food. The difference is Salah is taking you to the food. He's actually taking you out in public. You're still eating, Chantal. It still involves food. Everything involves food with you. Can't be something different. Has to involve food. That's like being a bus driver and you drive a bus for a living. And when you have time off or you take a vacation, you're on a bus. Why would you want to do the same thing that you do all the time? Why not do something different? But no, you want to stick to the same old, same old. It never gets boring to you. It gets boring to us though.
So for dinner tonight, we're going to pick somewhere to eat, and I just wanted to show you a bit around the different places and things like that. It's very lit up, lots of lights, very exciting, and it smells amazing. Coming off the highway, all you can smell is food, and that will get you going and excited to come in here and check out everything.
So that's exactly why they're in that part of town, because there's restaurants everywhere and the smell of food, she gets excited by the smell of food. It really gets her going, y'all. Got to be surrounded with food, the smells of food, the sights of food. She's so hyper fixated on food. Salah, are you getting it, bro? Do you see how fixated she is on food? That food is her entire world? Are you getting it? She doesn't want to get away from food. She's not interested in getting healthy and finding other things to do. Food is it for her. You know, I don't understand how you're not getting it. She sits in her room all day and she does nothing but eat, and she is content to live like that. And even now, you're getting her outside the house. What does she want to do? She wants to freaking eat. And where does she want to go on her big date night with you? She wants to go to an area town with lots of restaurants, surrounded by food. Put two and two together, bro. This one's whole life is food. It's her number one thing. She's practically married to food. She's not married to you. She's married to the food. You are just an accessory. You are just someone that helps her get more food. That's all you are. It's not about love. It's about you helping her with her true love, and that's food.
Yella, let's go.
Oh, yeah, so that happened. So Chantal decided to use up some of the video time by playing music and filler footage. You're looking at it right now. Don't worry, you're not hearing anything important. She's playing a song in the background. This is really sad. Her and Salah have been together for months, what, almost a year? And this video is not that long. It's less than 12 minutes. And even though they're taking this long drive with each other, they can't make conversation. They can't talk. And that way it adds to the video. It adds to the personality of the video and it being personal. No. What are they going to do? They're going to show all this filler footage and add in some music. And she plays almost the entire song. You know, it's things like this, Chantal, that show that you and Salah are not a couple. Because if you were, you'd be able to talk to one another and make conversation. Every interaction between the two of you is so awkward. It is. It's so awkward. Let's see. Is it over yet? No, it's not over yet. Let me get past all this crap. Are we through? Are we there yet? Are we freaking there yet? It's just them driving through town. And I have to wonder if Salah was running around, like driving around, just looking for a place where there was no one. Because that's also on par with being Chantal. If you take her out, you got to find somewhere where there's nobody just so she feels comfortable. Maybe he was riding around looking for a restaurant that there was no one and maybe private section where he could put her that nobody's going to see her. And that's what took so long to find a good place. It wasn't for lack of restaurants. As you can see, they're everywhere. He's driving. Look at all these places he's driving past. It's not like Chantal cares. You put food in her face and she's happy. But the requirements for taking her out is find somewhere where there's no one. Try to find a restaurant where there's like a private section that's screened off that nobody can see her. So he's looking and looking and looking for somewhere where he can hide her away. So you hide away at home, and even when you go out, you hide yourself away, Foodie. Nice.
Cool horse mural here. Wow. It's so windy. There's a whole bunch of sand just went in my eyes.
We almost fly, guys.
Hello, bees.
And I don't know why she did this. You know, she put her little cameo like 3 minutes in. Why did you do that, Foodie? I'm not watching that crap. No, I'm not. Okay, so let me just go past here. Let me get past her cameo.
Hello, guys.
Okay, so they just arrived at the restaurant. You guys can see like there's nobody there. There's no one. The place is empty. And yes, he picked a restaurant with sectioned off areas for more privacy. Chantal, this should tell you everything you need to know about your relationship with Salah. He's not proud to be seen with you. He's picking a restaurant where nobody can see the two of you together.
Guys.
Hi.
Here, baby.
Shukran.
Have fun.
Wow.
And it wasn't like they just finished walking around for a while. He drove her there, and what is she doing? She got out of the car and she walked from the car to the front door and inside the restaurant, and she's out of breath. Just that short little walk tired her out.
Hi, here.
Whatever you like, babe.
How about here?
Look, listen to her, how out of breath she is. All she did was walk from the car to the front door. Why are you so exhausted? This makes no sense.
Oh, cool.
Breathing heavy.
I guess coming here late has its advantages.
And that's another thing. Handsomest man loves you so much, but he's taking you out real, real late. And I know you're going to use the excuse of, well, it's hot outside. Well, you can wait until the sun goes down, but you're going out late. He's waiting extremely late to take you out. And he's taking you to a restaurant where there's nobody. And on top of that, they're the sectioned off areas so that he can pull the curtain so nobody can look at you and see you eat. So, are you going to stick to that narrative, Chantal, that he loves you, that he's proud to be with you? He ain't. He absolutely is not. You know, you probably yell and scream about, we don't do anything together. So, he'll take you out, and he knows that it's a winner if he takes you to a restaurant or somewhere with food because that will pacify you. But he makes sure that nobody else can see you eat because your table manners are atrocious. You use your abaya as a bib. You're always spilling food upon yourself. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed to be seen with you. But he loves you so much, right?
Too hot during the day.
So there's a small curtain here actually to make it as a private room.
Yay.
See?
Yes, perfect. So we ended up choosing a Syrian restaurant that specializes in mixed grills. Immediately when you walk in, it's nice and air conditioned. You can smell a lot of like
That that's probably another requirement for taking Chantal out. Wherever you go, there's got to be air conditioning. Has to. Can you imagine like having a date night with your significant other or a partner? And what are the requirements for going out? Let's see. That you have to drive them there because they can't possibly walk. Wherever you go, it has to have air conditioning. That's important. There has to be private sectioned off areas, and nobody else can be in the restaurant but you and your partner. Like that's why Salah was driving around so much. She's trying to find a place that all those boxes got checked off. She can't just go into a regular restaurant where she can be around other people. It's just a case of I want my own private little pig pen that I can make a mess and I can eat a bunch of food and nobody will see what I do.
barbecue charcoal smell. So yummy. I can't wait to eat. So we have some garlic, some toom for each of us, and some hummus.
And a bunch of pickles.
Yes. Look at
Okay, maybe I'm being too critical, but I don't care. It's just two people. Unless there is more than just two people. Maybe there might be somebody else at the table. But from what I see, there's just two people eating. Why do you need an entire dinner plate full of hummus? Couldn't it be like it be a small serving dish with hummus and a small container of pickles? That's a huge container of pickles. That's a huge container of hummus. I have I have never seen a dinner plate that was coated in hummus. That's ridiculous. And all those pickles just for her? Like, why does everything have to be so supersized with Chantal?
these pickles, guys. Bismillah.
No,
And again, you're going out with your significant other. Even if you want to go eat, why wouldn't you choose something you've never eaten before? Why is it the same crap that you've eaten on camera for your mukbangs? We've seen you eat the hummus. And then you're going to have grilled meat with pita bread. We've seen you eat that too. Why the same crap? Why? Why not pick something different that we have never seen, we're not been exposed to? You've done like the grilled meat and pita bread like at least a dozen times. Always the same stuff.
honey bunny. The food is gonna be super tasty.
I bet. Yalla. Check this out.
3, 2, 1.
Look at all that bread. Why? Why that amount of bread? I don't understand. There is no earthly reason why two people need that amount of bread. Salah, were you throwing shade at Chantal? Like you were just exposing how much bread this woman eats, how gluttonous she is. I think that's what was going on here. I think you want to show everybody just how much of a glutton she is. Like, let's order lots and lots of food and you guys can watch. She's going to eat every bit of it. She's going to overeat. Everybody take note of this moment. Everybody take note of this video because she's going out, she's eating like this. And when she comes on camera again later on, complaining about her health problems, telling us, I'm going to travel and I got to get my health together and I have trouble breathing and I can't fit into my abayas, remember this video. Remember it well because what's going on right here is a choice. She has the choice to not eat all this crap. She has the choice to eat smaller portions. And she's making the choice to go overboard again. All of this is a choice that she's making. And your life is defined by the choices you make. And we're looking at one right now. So, again, take note of this video because when she comes back to all of us and she starts complaining and bitching and whining about her health, don't listen to her. Don't listen. She's making a choice right here. She's 500 pounds. She's in bad health. She shouldn't be eating this stuff. And she wants to. This is her date night. She could even get away with eating a smaller meal and just enjoying her time with Salah. But her idea of enjoying a night out is stuffing herself to the point where she feels uncomfortable. All of this is a choice, every single bit of it. So you're choosing to overeat, foodie, and then we can choose later not to feel sympathy for you because honestly, you don't deserve it. You're choosing your lack of health. So we're choosing to save our sympathy for people, places, and things that deserve it. You don't.
Whoa.
Syrian Mashawi.
More bread. Oh my God. Why? All right. So we had all that pita bread and we got bread on the plate. There's more bread than actual protein. Look, y'all look. Bread over here, bread underneath everything, a little bit of meat. Look at this little bit of meat compared to all the bread. Too many carbs, man. Way too many.
Yum.
عرايس شيش طاووق كباب دجاج على الفحم.
Charcoal chicken. Oh. And this fresh bread, I can't get over that. Just like it's so warm. Oh my gosh. Fresh out of the oven for the hummus. Okay.
Yeah, they make it just now.
All right, guys. I'm just gonna eat a little bit.
I seriously doubt that. No shade on Kuwait. But usually when it comes to kitchens, like they make the bread first thing in the morning and it's late at night, so they're just probably serving them reheated bread.
With you guys to try this stuff.
Look how uncomfortable she looks. Look at her. Look, I'm not fat shaming Chantal. I'm just giving my opinions and feelings right here. She looks so uncomfortable. That abaya looks skin tight. Like she's got no room to breathe. Her stomach is so pressed up against that abaya fabric, like it looks like it's ready to burst. And you know she's uncomfortable sitting in that tiny chair. You know she's uncomfortable. But rather than look at that situation and her say, you know, look at me, I'm trying to go out and have a nice dinner, and I've gotten to such a size that I can't be comfortable. Maybe this is a wake up call that I need to start losing weight and getting healthy. No, she's going to sit there and be gluttonous, pig out on the food that she doesn't need, food that's not healthy for her, tons of bread, tons of carbs. Don't need none of that.
I have a diet 7-Up.
Yeah, what's the point in that? I ask you, what is the point in that, Chantal? You're drinking a diet 7-Up at the same time you've got so much bread in front of you. What's that diet 7 Up gonna do? How is it gonna help you? Is it supposed to cancel out all the excessive calories from the bread? It's not gonna happen. You might as well just drink a regular soda.
First, I'm gonna try some bread.
I'll start with the rice.
Is it good, honey?
Yeah, so much.
So I'm gonna try this hummus. Has sumac and olive oil.
I'm sorry, that's just embarrassing. An entire dinner plate full of hummus. In my opinion, it should be served in like a serving bowl. You don't need that much hummus for 2 people. That's like a party platter of hummus. It's entirely too much and too much bread. If I didn't see those 2 people sitting at the table and I saw all that food sitting on the table by itself, I would assume that would be for a family, for a party of some sort, not just 2 people. And notice she's got all the food next to her. Like she surrounded herself with food.
The bread out of this world. You have to try that.
You know what's really wasteful? If Chantal does not eat every single bit of that hummus, then the hummus is going to go to waste. Why not just get a smaller portion? And if you finish it, you can ask for more. That way, nothing goes to waste. All that bread, all that hummus for what? Are you going to eat it all, Chantal? Because if not, you're wasting food.
So good.
Look at that. They're a married couple. They've been together for what, almost a year? The chemistry is just overwhelming me, y'all. Oh my God. See, because Chantal does her mukbangs and she's alone in her mukbangs, you really can't tell just how little they get along or how little chemistry they have until situations like this happen where they go out. This is a date night. They're going out. They should have plenty to talk about. There should be some kind of chemistry, but they're sitting in the sectioned off section of a restaurant late at night, and you can just feel the awkward energy. It's so cringeworthy. You guys are supposed to be a married couple. You should have plenty to talk about, and there's no conversation happening.
How do you say pickle again in Arabic?
There's 2 names. مخلل and turshi.
Mahalal and torshi.
مخلل.
Mahalal.
Yes. And turshi.
That's a sour pickle.
And what are they talking about? What is the topic of conversation? Food. They're talking about food. Eating food and talking about food. The same thing she does for her mukbangs. The exact same thing. There's nothing different here. Why not get away from the topic of food? Why not take food out of the equation completely? Why not do something different? Nope. Nope. Chantal, you're just not getting it through your head. Salah isn't as invested in food as you are. You may be hyper fixated on food. It may be your world. You may be married to food, but he's not that interested. That's what makes the chemistry so awkward. Your mindset is not his mindset. He's around to get paid. You're around to pay him. He's there to be your companion. You did say long ago that all he has to do is fake love me and I would give him the world. Well, fake love is not real love. Real love, you don't pay for. Real love is sincere, it's genuine, it comes from the heart, it comes from the soul. But you know what? If you're not feeling it, you can't give it. You can't buy a connection with somebody. You can't buy chemistry. It's either there or it's not there. And obviously, it's not there. So he's just taking you around to places. When you ask him to, he'll go get your food, but he doesn't feel anything for you. He's not fond of you. He can't stand you. He doesn't want to touch you. But maybe in your head, you're thinking to yourself, this is the best that I could get. I'm 500 pounds. I'm gross. I'm vulgar. I'm feral. I don't want to change my ways. I'm never going to find a man that will truly love me because I don't want to change my ways. So maybe a paid companion is the best that I can get. So I'm just going to be happy with it. I'll keep paying him. So he's just there walking by my side because that's as far as it's going to go. Well, enjoy your paid companion happiness. Doesn't look really happy to me though.
All right. I'm going to try some bread with a piece of shish tavuk. First, I'm going to put some garlic, two, yeah,
Chantal, I think it's just time for you to admit to yourself that you don't want real love and you don't want a real relationship because you're already married to food. That is your real love. That's your true love. And any human male that comes into your world, their only job is to make sure that you are close to your man. A plate of food. Make sure you got access to your man. Go get the food, bring me food, all that. Food is your first love, your only love. You're faithful to that love. You don't want to get away from that love. It's because of your faithfulness to food that every other relationship away from that is going to fail. Because you're married to food.
the shish tavuk is so good.
I know. It's a very famous Syrian restaurant.
I can see why. Now I have some rice, which is
See, you know what? Even while they're at a restaurant and she's eating, she's having her date night, feast night out. They're supposed to be a married couple. They could make interesting conversation, but there's so many jump cuts and the conversation stays on the food. It could be anything else. This is her channel. This is her content. They could talk about anything and make this video more interesting, but it's not. It's her just picking up food items in front of her and showing them off and talking about them for like half a second before there's another jump cut. That's what makes this video such a fail. The awkward energy, the focus on the food. It's really not that interesting. Food that we've seen a million times before. There's just so many awkward elements here.
meat inside of like bread. It's sheep meat, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to say what I'm thinking. The energy between these two people right now, you know what it reminds me of? Like two people who are sitting in a restaurant that don't know each other. And yet they're forced to sit next to one another. And to make it less awkward, they make little chit chat because neither one wants to be rude. And yet they don't want to be all the way overly friendly either. Like one person addressing the other person and the other person not wanting to be rude to them. So like they'll say one or two words back and then that's how it is until one of them gets up and pays their bill and leaves. Same vibe.
Grilled pepper. We also have some kebab. Oh, it's so tender. Yeah.
Melted.
Yeah. Melted, yeah.
You know what Salah's thinking in this moment, don't you? This entire time he's been around Chantal, he's had the thought of it just probably blows his mind how much she's fixated on food, how she's so hyper focused on food. He goes to bed every night thinking, oh my God, this is crazy. All she does is eat. All she does is think about eating. She'll sit there and eat food at the same time talk about food and also grabbing her phone to order more food. Always surrounding herself in food. You know he's had that thought of him just trying to wrap his head around this fixation of hers and blowing his mind how much that she just will surround herself in food and doesn't want to get away from it. This is what happens when you have an addiction to something. You want to surround yourself with it and only that, and then it takes over. That's how it is with her, Salah. She's got an addiction to food. She wants to surround herself with it. She wants to keep it in her mind always. She wants nothing else but that. And that means she will never get healthy. She will never eat healthy food. She will never take care of her health. And things are only going to get worse.
This too is sheep meat.
Because the whole food actually cooked very well.
Mm. Is this for salads? Yeah.
Yeah. They put some special spices on the food. Make it tasty, right?
Yeah, it's like really the best barbecue I've had.
Mhm.
I love this meat.
A small sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
With some hummus maybe.
Some hummus, yeah. Well,
Oh,
thank you.
welcome maybe.
Grilled tomato, meat kebab.
And I have to wonder if this video was done for that 25% of people on her channel that they tune in just for the food content. You know who I'm talking about. Those people that tune into Chantal to see her eat and get bigger. Those people. Are you catering to them this night, Chantal? I don't know why you are. There's not many left, and they're doing you no favors. Doing an entire video to cater to those people. They're watching your health go down and they don't care. They just care about their fetish. But go ahead, keep on this path. Let's see what happens.
Hummus. This is gonna be messy.
Dynamite sandwich.
Why do we need to see everything she eats? She took a bite of that and then she held up to the camera. Why do we need to see that? That was just gross. Why do we need to see when you take a bite of something, Chantal? Trust me, we know you're eating the food. You don't have to show us proof. We know you're eating it. You're not going to leave any of that food behind. Look at her. And this is why Salah has to find restaurants that are on the verge of closing, like it's near closing time and with special private sections to take her to. Because wherever she goes, she's a mess. And he doesn't want people to see how much of a mess she is. That's why they're in a private booth right now. Because she's so feral. Like dropping food all over herself.
I'm glad we came here.
Look! Look at that.
I knew
Yep. The mess. The absolute mess. Treating your abaya like a bib.
that.
And she, stupid idiot. She drops the food on her abaya, and rather than just because something is liquid, dotting at it so it doesn't smear, she just smeared it even worse. He just made it worse.
The pickles. So Kuwait is in its humid season right now. It's like the end of summer, so it's humid. Very humid. But you know, I'm not feeling too bad right now. I like wear it at night, so
And there's AC everywhere, so
Hmm.
it's fine. Cool.
Look at this. I know I just talked about this a minute ago, but again, the awkward energy. Two people that are married, they've been together for months, and she just finished her meal. You're staying right on course, Chantal. After you get through eating your food and you're done, you've got nothing to say. Even if it's a date night with your husband, you got nothing to say. There's no playful banter here, no interaction. It's just like, okay, I stuffed myself. Take me home, Salah. I want to go to bed. No chemistry, none.
all right, guys. So we're gonna enjoy the rest of our food and off camera. So I just wanted to show you guys a bit of cuisine here. We decided to go out for dinner today, so thanks for coming with us, and we'll see you in the next video.
And there's the the last shot before the video cuts off. Yes or no, y'all? Does she look uncomfortable or what? She's in a tiny chair. She looks so uncomfortable. Chantal, you need to stop. You really need to take care of your health. Sitting there eating all of this. You don't need all of this. You don't, but you look so uncomfortable. Her abaya is so skin tight. And you're wearing the biggest size abaya that Kuwait has to offer. And it's skin tight, mama. Let that be a wake up call to you. That's just too much. All right, so that's it for this react. What do you guys think? Give me your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great morning. Take care now.